A slick interface cannot replace real regulation. Finaxilium.com presents itself as a modern brokerage platform offering access to global financial markets, including forex, cryptocurrencies, indices, and CFDs. The website uses confident language about advanced technology, professional trading tools, and financial freedom. It is designed to look credible, structured, and internationally oriented. For an inexperienced investor searching for an online broker, it may appear convincing at first glance. However, credibility in financial services is not measured by design. It is measured by regulation, transparency, and verifiable legal structure. Once we move from marketing statements to factual verification, serious gaps begin to appear. In short, Finaxilium.com demonstrates multiple characteristics typical of an unlicensed broker or high-risk investment platform. The absence of clearly confirmed regulatory oversight, combined with limited corporate transparency, creates a structural risk that investors should not ignore. This conclusion is based on verification, not emotion. General information about the project shows that it operates through the domain Finaxilium.com and positions itself as an online broker. Publicly accessible information does not clearly confirm regulation by a recognized financial authority. No prominently displayed verifiable license number tied to a specific legal entity and approved domain is clearly demonstrated. Details regarding minimum deposit requirements, leverage conditions, and trading protections are presented in marketing language rather than formal regulatory disclosure. This distinction matters because regulated brokers are required to present precise, legally binding information. When evaluating licensing and supervision, the only reliable method is independent verification through official registers. Legitimate brokers are listed in databases maintained by regulators such as the Financial Conduct Authority at https://register.fca.org.uk, the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission at https www.cysec.gov.cy, the Australian Securities and Investments Commission at https connectonline.asic.gov.au, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission at https www.sec.gov, Edgar, Search Edgar, Company Search, and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority at http brokercheck.finra.org. If a company claims to be licensed, its legal name, registration number, and domain must match the official record exactly. Verification through official regulatory registers does not confirm the presence of a clearly matching active financial services license connected to Finaxilium.com. The correct legal wording is this: verification through official registers does not confirm the presence of a license. This does not automatically mean fraud. It does mean the platform cannot be treated as a regulated broker operating under recognized financial supervision. Without confirmed regulation, several key protections are absent. There is no enforceable capital adequacy supervision. There is no regulator-mandated segregation of client funds. There is no guaranteed access to official compensation schemes if the company becomes insolvent. And there is no structured regulatory complaint mechanism comparable to those provided by the FCA, CySEC, ASIC, SEC, or FINRA. The trading model promoted by platforms like Finaxilium.com typically includes contracts for difference and leverage trading. CFDs are complex financial instruments that carry a high risk of rapid capital loss due to leverage. In regulated jurisdictions, leverage limits are strictly controlled for retail investors. Risk disclosures are mandatory and prominently displayed. When leverage conditions are unclear or presented without regulatory framing, the investor assumes disproportionate risk. Another important structural factor is the conflict of interest inherent in many unlicensed CFD brokers. In some models, the platform acts as the counterparty to client trades. This means the broker may profit when the client loses. In regulated environments, such conflicts must be disclosed and managed under strict oversight. Without regulation, there is no independent authority ensuring fair execution or price transparency. WAS and technical domain analysis provide additional context. High-risk investment platforms often operate through relatively new domains, registered for short periods, and protected by privacy services that hide ownership information. While privacy protection alone is not illegal, the combination of hidden ownership, limited corporate identity, and ambitious financial claims increases the overall risk profile. Established brokerage firms typically operate under long-standing domains with transparent corporate records. Legal transparency is a cornerstone of investor protection. A legitimate broker clearly identifies the full legal entity name, company registration number, physical address, governing jurisdiction, and regulatory authority. It provides detailed terms and conditions, risk disclosures, and client agreements drafted under specific legal frameworks. If such information is vague, generic, or difficult to verify independently, investors face uncertainty in case of withdrawal disputes or account restrictions. Several red flags commonly associated with unlicensed broker operations may apply here. No confirmed license in official regulatory databases. No clearly verifiable supervising authority, limited corporate transparency, no confirmed investor protection mechanisms, elevated risk of capital loss, potential withdrawal issues in the absence of regulatory oversight. The logic is simple. Regulation creates enforceable rules. Enforceable rules create investor protection. Without regulation, those protections are not structurally guaranteed. Understanding how to avoid similar investment scams is essential. Always verify regulatory claims directly through official government registers. Never rely solely on certificates, logos, or links displayed on the broker's own website. Official regulators maintain secure domains and searchable databases that cannot be replicated by imitation sites. Be cautious with platforms offering high leverage or emphasizing fast profits. In real markets, higher leverage means higher risk. Guaranteed or consistently high returns are not realistic in volatile financial markets. Marketing language that focuses heavily on profit while minimizing risk is a serious warning sign. Pay attention to corporate identity. Legitimate brokers disclose detailed legal information that can be cross-checked in public company registers. Anonymous management, unclear jurisdiction, or generic contact details reduce accountability. Be particularly careful if company representatives pressure you to deposit more funds, upgrade accounts for better returns, or pay additional fees before withdrawals. Pressure tactics and conditional withdrawals are frequently associated with high-risk investment schemes. In conclusion, Finoxilium.com cannot be considered a verified, regulated broker based on publicly available, independently verifiable information. The absence of confirmed licensing in official regulatory registers, combined with limited legal transparency and a leveraged trading model, creates a high-risk environment for investors. Our experts recommend refraining from any financial interaction with this project until verifiable regulatory authorization and full corporate transparency are clearly demonstrated. In financial markets, regulation is not optional. It is the foundation of trust.